Hello, and welcome to another set showcase. These pumpkins laugh, taunt, and bite others. The prowler's extremities are thick green stems, which expand like powerful arms and legs. Some of them sprout leaves, which are very poisonous. Utterly silent, it makes no noise when it moves, giving it an advantage over the victims of its pranks. The Trents patrol the forest borders, ensuring that the dead trees remain unmolested and that nobody starts a campfire. Most of the trees died, and its Trent guardians became undead. The Trent is like a moving fortress. Its hands are long and sharp branches, and a layer of spiky branches protects its head. Most of the specters lost their physical bodies during the ritual, returning like ectoplasmic shades that stand in Kerr's tiny graveyard, which hasn't had a new grave added in decades. Each of the specters retains their personality. The urge to carry out what they were doing dominates their existence. Pumpkins were a staple of Kerr. They have basic intelligence and a personality of their own. Their bodies develop unique facial features. These features reflect their mischievous personalities. Large, thick stems protrude from their bodies, extending like arms with leaves as hands. As some of the villagers, the Syndicate was transformed into skeletons. Their undead stance and psyche retain the moments of their transformation. The Syndicate has remained in Kerr, believing that their skeleton bodies will turn into dust if they leave the settlement. The backbone of Kerr is its people, now many of them zombies with huge blisters around their rotting flesh and other deformities. Some zombies head out to the fields with their cart wagons, baskets, and pitchforks, working for long hours and collecting crops, well, mostly pumpkins. Few in Kerr are as sinister and malignant as Bruyar the Puppet. She has a sharp and rusted knife, which she's used to mutilate creatures that approach Kerr or unsuspecting outsiders. She speaks in short sentences, which are followed by a high-pitched chuckle that can freeze the bravest of hearts. Living in the neighboring forest that surrounds Kerr, a species of large spiders has built a lair around their leader, the enormous Dream Weaver. Terrifying to behold, the Weaver was a normal spider that was also altered, becoming a fearsome monster that devours anyone who enters the forest of dead trees. The sound of little bony feet thunders around in Kerr, as its undead children play around the settlement, oblivious to the fact that they're undead. The tiny terrors are loud and full of energy, and approach outsiders and avalanche them with questions about the outside world, a sign that their childish personalities remained intact. This living brain was once a scholar hermit who carried out a ritual to obtain immortality. It failed, transforming the other inhabitants into undead and him into a brain. He doesn't interact with the other villagers. At night, he sneaks from his lair, looking for outsiders whom he devours. A cloud of dust rises every time the undead hooves of the riders' mounts gallop into Kerr. The horses became undead at the same instant as the riders. Their bodies were deformed, being covered with boils and blisters. The riders were Kerr's couriers, bringing news from the outside world. Kerr's farm animals and other companions were also transformed into undead creatures. A hideous transformation occurred to their bodies. Their flesh and fur has melted away in some parts, revealing the putrid bone underneath, while blisters and scabs formed in what flesh remains. The companions still behave as normal. We hope that you like our Halloween season set. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.